something to get it right. For example,
for sports or maybe a music.
An athlete has to be confident, and confidence seems to be ubiquitous amongst high-performing performers.
The most important thing, self-confidence. Without that skill, we are useless as a soccer player. Because when you lose sight or belief in yourself, we're done for. I use the definition of self-confidence to be the ability or the belief to believe in yourself to accomplish any task, no matter the odds, no matter the difficulty, no matter the adversity. The belief that you can accomplish it. Self-confidence. Some of you are saying,
different energy feeling in my body. It's like scary, hard, running around and not performing that well, not being good enough, being yelled at by teammates and coaches. It's terrible, right? And I hated it. And I used to feel all this anxiety before the games.
Take another example, James Magnussen, a man with seemingly unshakable self-confidence. He said he was going to win the 100 meters sprint final in the pool at the London Olympics. He was extremely confident. But in that race, he was out-touched on the line by Nathan Adrian by 1/100th of a second. And that was devastating for him. You could see his body language after. He was destroyed. Perhaps he was overconfident. Perhaps, though, his confidence in the events leading up to the actual final, perhaps his confidence belied an underlying low confidence. Perhaps he wasn't very confident inside when he should have been supremely confident of his abilities because he was the world leader in the event.
I believe it can be trained, and I'll show you a couple of ways in which we do. The easiest way to build self-confidence. There's no magic button. I can't say, hey, this plane is going down. Who can fly it? Put your hand up. I can. I'm confident. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Right?
Close your eyes and just let that be happening. And sometimes you can, what helps is watch it like a movie, and instead of seeing it from your own eyes, pull back in the camera as if you're watching it from the outside, like you're watching a movie, and there's all the different characters, and there's you. You're a character running around in there. You're just watching it from the third person perspective. That can be what's called dissociating. It helps you not be so in it. And you just watch it happening. And then notice, maybe you feel fear. Maybe you feel shame. Maybe you feel embarrassed. Maybe part of your mind says, holy cow, we can't have that happen. And just notice it all, breathe, find the fear in your body, and just don't run from it. Sit with it. Send it love. Whoa, yeah, I'm scared of that. Okay. Embrace it. Receive it. Allow it. And it's going to flail around in you and freak out and just stay. I mean, who knows? Time is hard to predict on this stuff, but 5-10 minutes of this.
It's also interesting to note that they have contrasting approaches. Usain Bolt, with all his comedy antics prior to his event when he's on the start line. We've all seen this. Okay? Michael Phelps, however, a much different approach. He sits down, he's listening to music, he has a much more cerebral, contemplative approach towards his event. But it's both very effective.
We all have this negative self-talk that goes in our head. Guess what? There's enough people that are telling us we can't do it, that we're not good enough. Why do we want to tell ourselves that? We know for a fact that thoughts influence actions. We saw it there with the video Dr. Levy showed, right? We know that our thoughts influence actions. Why do we want to say that negative self-talk to ourselves? We need to get our own self-affirmations. Muhammad Ali, what was his self-affirmation? I am the greatest. How do you build self-confidence? Get away from the people who will tear you down.
is Afifa and welcome to Psychology Class. Hi, my name is Asma and today we're going to talk about self-confidence. Okay. And me, I am Ochil, and so today we want to interview athletes, so check it out. Let's go!
Self-assurance in one's personal judgment, ability, power and etc.
Contoh kalau dalam netball, untuk wujudkan keyakinan diri saya daripada latihan yang saya buat, dari segala apa yang saya belajar daripada coach yang coach ajar. So benda-benda yang macam tu boleh bangkitkan keyakinan dalam diri saya lah.
Self-confidence, keyakinan diri macam kita lah, atas diri kita. Kita kena yakin macam mana kita nak membawa satu-satu tim atau satu-satu game. Kita involve dalam game tu macam mana.
Bila saya nak buat something, saya cuma ulang dalam hati, saya boleh. Dan saya yakin saya boleh buat yang terbaik dan saya nak buat yang terbaik. Saya cuba dapatkan yang terbaik.
Kita mesti kenakan diri kita, mesti boleh.
Firstly, insecurities. I would be feeling so down and I would just isolate myself by feeling insecure and by looking at other people that has a better experience, that have a better grades and everything.
Salah satu dia injured lah. Injured tak kira bahagian mana. Even kalau netball pun memang injured bahagian kaki atau lutut, itu yang akan menghilangkan kita punya keyakinan lah.
Salah. Penat. Salah satu daripada, so kalau kita buat salah ke apa, maybe teammate tak boleh terima ke. Okay. Lagi, maybe injury juga antara salah satu punca dia. Ataupun kurang latihan lah.
Kita akan recover cepat. Kita akan buat juga macam-macam cara untuk recover sebab kita minat benda ni. So macam mana pun kita kena recover juga.
So, terus lah.
Yes.
Itu juga. Saya cenderung untuk find someone yang saya trust, yang saya rasa boleh bagi saya semangat, yang apa yang dia cakap tu yang boleh buatkan saya rasa saya kena dapatkan benda tu. So, by mastering a particular activity such as cycling, I can increase my self-confidence. Gaining experience, it helps a lot in also gaining self-confidence.
Kena semangat lagi lah. Kita kena perjuangkan lagi. Perjuangkan lagi. Mesti kena boleh, kena yakin diri sendiri. Selalunya kalau bila self-confidence dah turun, jadi selalu saya akan fikir benda yang positif je. Kalau dah buat mistake, usually saya akan cari balik salah saya and repair semula apa yang salah yang saya buat.
ACL injury. The injury made me feel down and made me want to drop out from my sport. And I not active marathon almost like from my 18 years old until 22. The one thing that I do is I go to rehab myself and to make sure my leg not feel pain again and not have any injury. And the second one is I do like a long run, like a slow jog, and then active in gym, training, any kind of activity. I always make myself active, and I feel like my leg can support back to my performance. So I active back in marathon during my age 23. I have active the last I do in July at my Sabah State at my home, 21 kilometer. Actually, we never give up and don't feel down when you have injury. You just focus to your performance. You must believe yourself that you never ever to fail in this sport. If you have a high of self-confidence, so you must believe that you can win. You can win. Okay? Self-confidence is always important. Everything is all in your mind. Wow. Mindset. You can do it. Believe yourself. Okay? Believe yourself. Goodbye.